Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our Moscow participants and good afternoon to our Malaysian participants. We are starting a second day of Malaysia-Russia Business Matching Virtual Conference, which will be devoted today to the areas of smart city and industry 4.0. Our session will be divided to two major blocks. First block would be with some speech of senior official from the Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Russian Federation, from the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation, from the Artificial Intelligence Laboratory Association and Malaysian Russia Business Council. This event was organized by the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. Thank you, colleagues, very much for this, and with Tech Global company from Russian side, and it is heavily supported by Ministry of Communication and Multimedia of Malaysia, Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Russian Federation, Embassy of the Russian Federation, and Malaysian Russia Business Council as well. So I have some preliminary information about trade mission. My name is Nikita Ponomarenko. I'm a trade representative of the Russian Federation in Malaysia. I have small presentation of our trade representation. I would like to put it on the floor just for Malaysian companies to understand who we are and how we can collaborate together. So we are locating in KL, and we are a governmental authority which support communication between Malaysian and Russian company. We are working as a secretariat of Joint Russian-Malaysian Commission for Economic, Scientific and Cultural Cooperation, and ICT cooperation and industry and trade cooperation is two of our major focus. And also we are working with other areas of industries like airspace, machinery, oil and gas, food, special chemicals and others. If you're talking about Russia, I suppose our colleagues will tell about this later. We have two general strategic planning documents which devoted to digital economy development, and this is digital economy program with 12 initiatives which are developed within this program. It's wireless connection, big data analysis, neural networks, distributed registry system, quantum technology, smart city, industrial internet of things, cybersecurity, drones, and others. And also we realize on Russian National Technology Initiative with certain areas of developments which also devoted to high technology areas, and our trade mission is more than ready to support in cooperation Malaysian companies with Russian companies in these high technology spheres. As a governmental authority, we are working very heavily with Production Development Fund of Russia, with Russian Export Center, with a lot of Russian federal development institutions which also support B2B cooperations in these high technologies fields. Also, in our trade mission, we have a special enterprises electronic catalog where you could find information about more than 80 Russian high technology companies which are interested in cooperation with Malaysian partner. So you are most welcome to visit our trade mission to have to understand more about what we are doing and to find more partners for cooperation with Russia. So this is some information about our business activity. We have Malaysian Russia Business Council, which is located in KL, and chairman of this business council will participate this meeting. He will say about this a little word. We also have business council for cooperation with Malaysia with headquarters in Moscow, and you are very welcome to participate in all these activities. So contact details are here. Please welcome to apply to our trade mission for further cooperation. So today with us, as I told you, a representative of Digital Technology Department of Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Russian Federation, Mr. Vladimir Dazhdев, who is actually a leader in digitalization of industry sector of Russia. We are very happy that Vladimir managed to join today's event, and we would like to give a floor to him to say to bring us a little update what is doing in Russia to support digital transformation of industries, about the programs of state programs for this. So, Vladimir, please.
Добрый день, дорогие друзья. Я очень рад вас от лица Министерства промышленности и торговли Российской Федерации приветствовать на этой конференции сегодня.
Hello, dear colleagues, dear friends. I'm glad to meet you at this conference on behalf of the Ministry of Industry and Trade of Russia.
Безусловно, сегодня, в 2020 году, как никогда актуальна повестка технологического развития. И та пандемия, которая настигла мир в этом 2020 году, безусловно, с одной стороны, помешала ряду кооперационных проектов, но с другой стороны, наоборот, выступила их катализатором.
So today, currently in 2020, this trends and the situation, on the one hand, it made some difficulties for a few key projects, but on the other hand, we see a real development of them.
Мы знаем, что с 2018 года правительство Малайзии успешно реализует программу «Индустрия 4.0». Правительство России также с того же самого 2018 года вплотную занимается реализацией национальной программы «Цифровая экономика».
So we know that since 2018, Malaysian government has been successfully implementing national program Industry 4.0, and Russian government as well is implementing a national federal program, digital economy.
Цели и задачи, которые наши страны ставят перед собой в реализации этих программ, как мне кажется, если не одинаковые, то очень похожи. И главное из них – это, безусловно, цифровая трансформация реального сектора экономики, повышение качества работы наших компаний и увеличение, прежде всего, экономического эффекта от их деятельности за счет имплементации цифровых технологий.
And these goals that our governments are putting, they are mostly the same and very likely. And the main targets that we are facing now are to expand digital economy, to see the effects and the impacts of it, and to expand the sector of digital economy and digital services.
В нашей национальной программе предусмотрено 6 основных направлений, каждый из которых ставит перед собой важнейшую задачу. Это и кадры, подготовка кадров, это и нормативное регулирование, и развитие инфраструктуры, и развитие технологий обеспечения безопасности.
So in our program, we have 6 main directions, and among them are, for instance, legal regulation of the sphere of digital economy and development of infrastructure and security as well.
И, конечно же, это развитие сквозных цифровых технологий, тех технологий, которые позволяют нам совершенствовать производственные процессы, которые позволяют выводить в новое качество нашу продукцию, которые позволяют совершенствовать кооперационные связи, в том числе и международные связи.
And this development of this digital technologies, this process help us to develop technological processes and manufacturing and operational links and international links as well.
Чтобы лучше понимать направление развития, точки роста, мы начали реализацию этой программы в промышленности с оценки уровня готовности компаний к цифровой трансформации.
So to understand the key areas of this program and to assess focal points of it, we started with the assessment of this program exactly in the industry sector, manufacturing.
И это дало и дает нам возможность точечно понимать запросы компаний на разработку и внедрение цифровых продуктов на всех стадиях жизненного цикла и на всей цепочке создания добавленной стоимости.
And this gives us, so this work with the individual requests and feedbacks of manufacturers gives us the opportunity to develop and to create this system on all levels and in all points of the circle of this program.
Говоря о развитии технологий в промышленности, мы, безусловно, ориентируемся и на собственные разработки, но и на продукты, которые возникают в результате нашего взаимовыгодного партнерства с иностранными коллегами, с иностранными компаниями.
Speaking about the development of technological program, we try to be based on our own solutions and decisions, and as international solutions as well, and international experience.
Самое важное – это действительно, как нам кажется, взаимовыгодная кооперация, когда в партнерстве возникают новые продукты и новая интеллектуальная собственность.
We see that the most important thing is a mutual cooperation, which can help to create new joint solutions and new joint projects with mutual interest and value.
Для стимулирования таких проектов у нас существует целый ряд инструментов и в рамках национальной программы «Цифровая экономика», и в рамках национального проекта «Международная кооперация и экспорт».
So we have a large number of instruments, tools to develop this kind of program, and these tools are included in the national program of digital economy and national project of forcing national export, Russian national export.
Эти инструменты помогают нам развивать продукты и технологии на всех их стадиях, начиная от зарождения идеи, начиная со стадии стартапа и заканчивая уже тиражированием в реальном секторе на предприятиях и, конечно, подготовкой и переподготовкой специалистов, которых мы учим пользоваться такими созданными продуктами.
And these tools, they help us on all levels, all steps of the program, starting from the first step of startups, then going to manufacturing sector and to the real sector of economy, and ending with training of specialists and retraining of them, education of staff.
В этом смысле российские компании, безусловно, открыты к возможностям реализации таких совместных проектов. И точно так же российские компании активно участвуют и в программах цифровой трансформации предприятий Малайзии.
And Russian companies are very open for implementing these joint projects, joint technologies and solutions, and to be involved, actively involved in digital transformation of economic sector of Malaysia.
И, безусловно, этот интерес продолжает расти, особенно сегодня, когда цифровые каналы коммуникации вышли на первый план и продолжают оставаться главными способами нашего общения и взаимодействия.
And this interest has been growing now, and moreover now, as these channels of digital international communications are developing very rapidly, and gives us a very good opportunity to be in touch and to cooperate.
Мы благодарны торговому представительству России в Малайзии за ту поддержку, которую наши компании получают в таких проектах. Есть уже несколько крупных, удавшихся, больших инфраструктурных проектов, в которых наши компании поучаствовали. Но, конечно, целый ряд малых и средних компаний еще только на старте своего выхода на рынок Малайзии.
And we're very grateful to Russian Trade Office in Malaysia for supporting Russian companies willing to work in Malaysia. And we have a number of big successful projects that are developing now, but there is still a big number of companies which are willing to work here and which are on the stage of the beginning of their cooperation with Malaysian partners.
И мы надеемся, что и органы власти Малайзии продолжат оказывать поддержку в реализации проектов по цифровой трансформации реального сектора, где наши компании, мы надеемся, получат возможность предложить свои успешные продукты и сервисы.
And we hope that Malaysian authorities, Malaysian government will keep on supporting this digital transformation of Malaysian economy and Malaysia in general. And we hope that it will give us the opportunity for Russian companies to be involved and to participate in this process with Russian high-tech solutions.
Мы со своей стороны, как министерство, готовы предложить все имеющиеся в нашем арсенале инструменты финансовой и административной поддержки для компаний Малайзии в таких проектах, которые предполагают плотную международную технологическую кооперацию.
And Ministry of Trade and Industry is willing to support Russian companies by all means, including by using financial instruments, financial tools, and to foster and support bilateral, mutual, deep, high-tech cooperation between our countries.
Желаем вам интересного продолжения этой конференции. Большое спасибо за внимание.
I wish you an interesting conference and wish you all the best and success. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Vladimir, for your speech. We see very clearly that the governmental authority, both with Malaysian side, and yesterday we had a speech of Minister of Communication and Multimedia, Dato Saifuddin Abdullah, and today from Vladimir, we see that the governmental support will be implemented to realize mutually beneficial projects of both countries. And we also see that the strategic development issue in case of digital transformation are really very similar to Malaysia and to Russia, and that actually gives a floor and gives new opportunities for Malaysian companies and for Russian companies to cooperate on both markets. And you know, the greatest logo of Malaysia is that Malaysia is a hub to ASEAN, but vice versa, Russia is a hub to Europe actually, and we have good connections of them. And of course, this kind of events like this virtual conference, it builds that bridge between two countries. And we hope that our cooperation will be developed further and faster, and will be more efficient in times. So thank you very much for the speech, and we will proceed with two other speakers. And our next speaker from the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation, Jesse Cho, Head of Portfolio Management. Please, you are welcome.
Hi, very good afternoon to everyone, and a very good morning to Russian colleagues. I'm very pleased to be here to share findings of a study that we recently conducted. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, so we did a study in June this year called AI in Manufacturing. So we wanted to assess the opportunity for AI deployment in the manufacturing sector in Malaysia, in particular the electrical and electronics sector in Malaysia. So this study had a couple of objectives, right? We wanted to spark the growth of an AI ecosystem for the E&E manufacturing sector and hopefully make it self-sustainable. This study also serves to validate opportunities and challenges in AI adoption for manufacturing. We also wanted to find ways to strengthen the value proposition from Malaysia's AI tech companies. And lastly, we hope to have a specialized platform, Gain Connects, to provide to match opportunities between manufacturers and AI companies. So as we know, the E&E sector is by far the most export-oriented manufacturing sector in Malaysia, right? The most recently data available, the E&E sector contributed over 381 billion ringgit to export from Malaysia. No doubt that this sector is still very much dominated by multinational companies residing in Malaysia. However, there are a sizable number of Malaysian E&E companies who are very strong in equipment making, automation equipment, testing equipment, and so on. So hence, we wanted to assess the level of readiness for the E&E sector to adopt AI, given the high level of automation in place. So I'll just take you through very quickly. We have interviewed about 16 Malaysian-owned E&E companies, right? These ranging from OSAT companies, outsourced assembly and test. We also have automation companies, and a fair number of these companies are actually public listed in Malaysia. So out of 16 that we managed to cover, a good number of them, 11, are actually what we would categorize as a late majority. So when we say late majority, meaning they have in place the equipment, the connectivity, and they are just poised to adopt more advanced analytics capabilities as well as AI. And early adopters are not many, of course, and laggards are also quite a few. So the good news is that many of the Malaysian owned E&E companies are on the verge of adopting AI or advanced analytics. And this is a good sign for the Malaysian tech industry moving forward. As from a country perspective, we definitely want to support and grow these companies and make them more competitive in the future. So, no surprise here. What are some of the key applications for AI that's viewed by the manufacturers? Machine learning inspection is key, as well as preventive maintenance, right? So certainly with the amount of data coming through from the manufacturing line, manual inspection of defects will increasingly become more and more challenging, right? So AI would provide a strong tool to help companies uh, make sense of the data and then predict failure and to identify potential problems in the line before it even happens. Um, so these are the two key application areas that were shared by the companies that I interviewed. And certainly these are two areas which AI would fit in very nicely. So some of the feedback that we got from manufacturers in terms of factors that they want to consider for the use of AI in their shop floor would include, of course, return on investment, right? No surprise there. And many of them are actually looking for both short-term and medium-term returns, right? In order for them to justify and make a case to management to adopt AI technology. And of course, the measurement for these would definitely be, a yield improvement, reduction of labor costs, operations costs, and so on. A number of them have also indicated interest to invest in AI that performs specific functions, such as one which monitors man hours or specific personnel required on custom manufacturing jobs. And this is because a lot of the companies, Malaysian E&E companies, are involved in OSAT, outsource assembly and test. So they would definitely have to be very flexible in terms of configuring their line for different runs from different customers. Right? Analytics and computer vision are also a big area of interest from these companies. Um, and and I think awareness and the lack of case studies are also one of the reasons why there's a wait and see position right now for the E&E companies. So very quickly, two use cases in Malaysia for AI. The first one is a company that makes RFID tags. They are also a 100% Malaysian-owned company. They export to 30 countries around the world. They are very strong in tailor-made NFC applications, and they make things such as dry inlays, RFID tags, nylon labels, and so on. So their customers are in the retail and manufacturing industry, such as the food and beverage, books and magazines, and so on. Right. So they cited a couple of challenges they face in Malaysia: raw material, logistics, and delivery. But what's interesting for this company, they have a very forward-looking management. They have adopted a number of IoT and AI technologies already. Cameras with facial recognition to monitor employees' health. There also a power management technology to optimize power consumption, right? And this is certainly very important for manufacturing facilities. And they also use AI to monitor anomalies in the manufacturing process, monitoring inputs such as pressure and cooling. And they are very proud to say that their factories is one of the very most automated plants in the area where they operate in. And so they're looking to machine learning inspection for new technology to deploy. And they also hope that the AI adoption of AI will help them to improve more business processes as well. The next case study is again a Malaysian company in the E&E space. They are a world-class maker of vision inspection equipment and equipment testers for the semiconductor industry. And they have a full range of equipment for back-end semiconductor, PCB, SMT, and so on, right? And their customers are really the big companies, the big MNCs around the world, uh, and they have in fact developed their own AI-powered software, right, to perform edge computing, right? And they are using it on their own in their own line at the moment to test out the software, and uh, and they are also offering it to other manufacturers who wish to use it. So so they are looking for ways to strengthen the AI capabilities of their platform, and hope that it will be easier to deploy moving forward in the future. And this company is also working with its own supply chain to deploy a more connected supply chain ecosystem. So finally, I would like to just share with you that there is an E&E marketplace that is being developed here in Malaysia. This website, you can go to it later. Will be launched very soon. It basically lists all the Malaysian E&E companies in Malaysia, whether they be system integrators or whether they be manufacturers or designers. And this is a good window to find Malaysian technology companies to partner with moving forward, right? And this initiative will hopefully enhance Malaysia's visibility in the global marketplace and provide more opportunities for collaboration with tech companies from Russia. Right. With that, I'd like to end my short presentation. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. And so thank you very much for your time, and back to the host.
Thank you very much, Jesse, for your presentation. I suppose that it is very interesting for companies from both sides because, again, strategic planning was raised in the presentation, and also this platform for cooperation, which is extremely supportive for B2B cooperation. So our next speaker, Roman Vasilyev, President of the Artificial Intelligence Laboratories Association. Roman, please, you are welcome.
Good day for everyone. My name is Roman Vasilyev. I represented our association. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. James Blatland for the opportunity to tell you about our association on behalf of the entire association. I express gratitude to MRBC for the interest in our activities. By the way, we already signed with the MRBC Memorandum of Understanding, and we hope to for fruitful cooperation. So let me tell you briefly about us. So about our mission. We are Artificial Intelligence Laboratories Association, Alliance of AI Development Teams, a mind of the furthering development of AI all over the world, international cooperation for the promotion of the ethical principles and the engagement for the international collaboration. So the association was established on October 2019 to represent common and professional interests, develop artificial intelligence and its infrastructure in Russian and all over the world. Provide impetus to information technology opportunities for training and talent development in this field, along with the development of the information technologies as a whole. So what is the main task of the association? First of all, it's of course to removal of administrative barriers for the development of AI. Ensuring access to support measures for development institution. Arranging communication between laboratories and governmental and commercial organizations for the realization to statutory aims of the association. Also creation of the transparent and effective system of piloting technologies, promotion artificial intelligence development in Russia and education in the field of AI, formulation standing in the field of AI offering to the government of the Russian Federation, providing access to pilots and AI business order map, of course, exchanging of experience and creation of competence center of AI development task. So this is the short list of partners you see here and members of association and constantly expanding. So this is the most popular companies, small or middle companies of AI is like Voxglass, Phonemica, what else? Matler, Algamos, maybe you know. Our partners is Ministry of Economic Development, National Technology Transfer Association, also Tech Global. So this is our short initiatives in this year. First of all, the ethical charter. The charter is a set of principles more compass to help to develop of technologies through course in order to achieve social desirable objectives. Also, we have the expert platform. The platform bring together key experts in various areas of artificial intelligence development. Here you can find experts for the areas of VR, AR, AI, computer vision, virtual assistant, chatbots, robots, NLP, voice biometrics, speech recognitions, etc. Also, we support the small enterprises in the area of COVID-19. So now we are ready to help with the business process development, disseminate information about your developments or products, arrange meetings with the investor, and find contacts with the corporation. So we have some initiatives of our members. like a mapping of technology in the Russian Federation in the world, mapping of companies in the Russian Federation and the world by niches, mapping of the technology trends, engagement of partners from the Russian Federation and from foreign countries, staff and expert, market support, conference, different topics from the field of AI. So this is our activity. As I said before, we established on October of 2019. Then in January, AILA is a member of the Expert Council for the Development of AI in the Ministry of Economy of the Russian Federation. In February, we co-organization with and holding of the forum Digital AI. In April, development of the ethical charter. In April, also creation of expert platform. Then in April, launching the series of interviews, people like them can be broken by the pandemic together with the brain Russians, support of small enterprises in the area of COVID-19. And in July, I proposed of the government to introduce a new OPED code for AI. And also now together with the several academics of the Russian Academy of Science forming a library. No, it will be kind of dictionary of terms for a deeper understanding of technologies. So this is all about us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roman. Now we see that, applying to your association, it's possible to reach a lot of Russian companies which expertise in artificial intelligence. That is very important. And you mentioned at the beginning of your speech that you recently signed MOU between your association and Malaysian Russia Business Council. And I'm very pleased to invite for a speech Mr. James Beltran, who is the chairman of this council, and who actually was one of those who was creating this particular virtual event. So James, you are welcome to. I give you the floor to make a speech. Thank you.
Dobre utro, spasiba bolshoi. Selamat tengah hari and salam sejahtera to all our Malaysian colleagues. Thank you for the very kind introduction. And the council, I'll give you a bit of a background. The council started in 2016, had been basically following the fortunes of the bilateral trade between Russia and Malaysia, which was not the strongest. And subsequently, in 2019, following the commencement of the Joint Commission between Russia and Malaysia for economic, scientific, technical, and cultural cooperation, the Malaysian-Russia Business Council sort of kicked into action to piggyback on the initiative where we all went to Moscow to participate at the Intergovernmental Joint Commission. Arising therefrom, we had then, also, supported our first trade mission coming in after that in November of last year, which comprised members from the aviation, shipbuilding, and railway industries. And, we had it in Kuala Lumpur, I think a total of about 300 plus participants, and, it was all very successful. As Nikita had pointed out, we saw the opportunity in tech, and tech is obviously, through MDEC, has the awareness of which has been raised tremendously. The Malaysian companies has risen up to the occasion, and we are where we are primarily because of the inertia and the drive of business, as well as the support from the Malaysian government, in particular MDEC. However, we also recognize that we do need to import and seek expertise in various areas where we may not find locally. And that's where I think Russia comes in and dovetails in very, very nicely with our ambitions to enhance and put an additional level of expertise in terms of the offerings that Malaysian tech companies can give not only to Malaysia, but as you know, the Malaysian tech companies are serving a global platform as well. So, so there is initially the re-export of Malaysian services, technology services to Malaysia and to the ASEAN region and beyond. And vice versa, with the participation that we hope to see from Russia in terms of the specialist areas of expertise and the products which may be an augmentation of whatever the Malaysian companies may have, we hope to give Russia access into our markets, and vice versa. We also seek to have participation in the Russia and Eurasia business market space. In all of these forums, in so far as Malaysia-Russia Business Council is concerned, the level of success, I think, is measured from the flow of business which is actually consummated. And I think this is where particularly we would put ourselves forward to assist both companies from Malaysia and from Russia to actually come to that last mile, to close and to run into a successful ventures mutually between our two countries, promoting the bilateral trade and services. I mean, for us, and for me personally, we have been, as a company, not as in the company which I'm with, we had been working with Russia for past 30 years. And we started off in IT, where we actually started exporting personal computers for office use to Russia from Asia. A lot of it were manufactured in our part of the world during the days where Russia had difficulty in sourcing computers due to issues like sanctions and so on and so forth. So now it is sweet for us that we are coming back. I would like to say that this is a renaissance of the bilateral cooperation between the two countries, and it is hopefully going to be one of the very strong areas of growth in tech. As we heard just now from ALIA, the Artificial Intelligence Laboratories Association of Russia, we have signed the MOU. We are very, very eager to start work to dissect and to be able to start reaching out to Malaysian companies and vice versa, to maybe seek the assistance of the stakeholders such as MDEC to get these two skills matched. And apart from that, we have also, in fact, just yesterday, inked a memorandum of understanding with a company called Brainy Solutions, and it represents over 400 Russian IT specialists who are sitting either in Russia or all across the world. And they are specialists in the spheres of all areas of tech, from data, AI, deep tech, robotics, etc., etc. Likewise, that will also serve as a as a springboard to get a lot more traction between our countries in this space. I think I'd like to close by saying that, this whole conference would not have been possible and without some individuals and corporate and agencies which have been relentless in putting this together. So I wish to thank yesterday our Minister, Dato' Saifuddin, for giving the speech, as well as His Excellency Nal Latifov, the Ambassador of Russia to Malaysia. And we would like to thank Tech Global, Rosinfocom, of course, MDEC, Jesse and Ryan, thank you. You've been a great help. Russian Trade Representative Office, they have been the biggest support. So together with the embassy, so I'll reach out and thank Nikita Panamarenko as well as Katerina. Thank you very much. So we will be sending out through MDEC an email to all the participants, and in there we have our details and the association forms to join us. Do join us. We wish to be there to facilitate and provide you the pathway and clarity to reach the last mile of your journey towards a successful business fruition between the various companies you've identified, and more so contributing towards the joint bilateral growth of the trades and services between Malaysia and Russia, especially in the tech space. Thank you very much. Spasiba большое.
Thank you very much, James. Really, with your appearance, Malaysia-Russian communication brought on a new level, and Business Council is now working very, very actively. And of course, we from our trade mission, we would like all the participants first to join Malaysian-Russia Business Council and to join all the activities which actually created by the support of Business Council and Mr. James Beltran especially. So we also would like to ask to sign the social media, because a lot of information is going through this social media channel of Malaysian Russia Business Council. Thank you very much, and we are now entering the new stage of our video conference, and we are moving to the pitches of the companies from Russian side and from Malaysian side. And our first speaker will be Oleg Naidionov from Dataplex company. Please, you are welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Thank you very much for inviting and the opportunity to share the experience. Let me just a second. I will share this small presentation. Okay, let's start. My name is Oleg Naidionov. I am founder and CEO of Dataplex company. Dataplex helps manufacturing companies reduce and prevent accidents using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning tools. We are digital intelligence company. So we are developing software for different size of the companies, small and big one, like the big one like Petronas. We're already working on the Malaysian market. So we have a team allocated for the special for work with Malaysian clients. So our major experience is computer vision, and we are helping companies to reduce production costs using different tools of artificial intelligence. So it's human behavior analytics, employee action recognition, transport recognition, safety compliance, monitoring, and many other tools. So we are affecting the major factor of the major incidents. This is the human factor. And this is very, very important because this leads to hundreds of injuries and billions of dollars of losses, image problems, and so on. Our focus industries that we're working with is the major production and manufacturing industries, chemical, construction, automotive, electric power, oil and gas, and steel industry. That is the major industries we are working at the moment. So our major approach and our solutions is to prevent accident, not only to react it. So, and our tools and the architecture of the solution and the notification tools, so they are all focusing to prevent the accident. So now I want to quickly mention different typical cases. So we're working with. So the monitoring of the restricted zones in general or during the specific manufacturing process, because we also can recognize different manufacturing process using the IP cameras. So detecting abandoned objects and littering prevention. So almost we can detect almost all size objects. We can recognize specific manufacturing process. So here the example of the recognition of the drilling process. Personal protective equipment wearing, so we can detect if the personnel wear this protective clothing, helmets, gloves, and so on. Dangerous or uncompliant behavior recognition based on the pose estimation algorithms. Smoking, open fire detection. We have tools for transport movement control, loading, uploading, parking zones, speed, access, and so on. What is very important when we work with manufacturing companies, that is the solution should be resistant to rain, snow, fog, like the shaking, not very good cam angle. So we're working with all these challenges. What the next? Finally, so if you see and you can reveal any bottlenecks and problems on your manufacturer, you can send me and we will get of the solution based on your problem. So this is my contacts, and if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Oleg, for your presentation. I suppose if there are questions, please write them in our chat, and I will announce them after this. And now we are moving to the next speaker, Bean Networks, Tharma Ganasin. Please, you're welcome.
Hello, hi. Good morning and good evening. This is Tharma from Malaysia. Let me quickly share my screen. Right, there you go. I hope everyone can see my screen right now.
Yes, we see everything. Thank you.
All right, great. So let me then move on with my presentation very briefly. Well, my relationship with Russia goes a long way, almost 13, 14 years, because my chief technology officer, CTO, is also a Russian. He's based in Moscow. Just that we have been concentrating the market in Southeast Asia and Malaysia all this while. And well, now that's an opportunity for us to look into expanding our footprints into Russia, as well as working with partners from Russia into Malaysia, wherever we can complement each other. I think we are definitely looking forward. Let me move on to my next slide. So what exactly we do is that, slide, okay. So the brand name is B-Wave. We deliver IoT solutions largely for property technologies. The biggest problem or challenges that everyone knows about IoT is that there's no interoperability in terms of devices, apps, clouds, platforms, and so on. And there are just too many standards and protocols when you talk about enterprise grade devices or even consumer grade devices. It basically cuts across, and this challenge remains until today. And this is one of the main cause of the adoption rate in terms of IoT has been lagging behind, despite exponential projections done by various parties. So what exactly we have done, and we have done it quite successfully here in Malaysia, is that we developed and we also manufacture our own B-Wave Universal IoT Hub. It is a technology agnostic gateway that supports IoT sensors and devices from various technologies. So we work with partners across device partners, sensor partners from the IoT supply chain from Asia, US, Europe, and so on and so forth. And it's a very open ecosystem-based solution which can be catered for various market verticals. As we all are aware, IoT provides a huge opportunity throughout the entire ecosystem, start from the devices, gateways, connectivity, platform and dashboard, as well as up to the app level. We have been working very closely with device and partner ecosystem, whereby we can work with any third-party devices with necessary software integrations. And this is our IoT gateway, and which basically talks to solutions seamlessly. And we have in the backend, we have dashboards, which actually also will be integrated seamlessly with any other third-party vendors and partners. As I have repeatedly said earlier, it's an open and collaborative ecosystem. So we work with platform partners, device partners. It can be now recently we're working with more partners into the very much into AI, so that we can harvest the necessary data, particularly for enterprise segments, and provide more personalized services for our customers. Some of the awards and recognitions that we have won in this region. So some of the market segments that we have been widely catering are definitely industries like smart homes. But what is even more interesting here that happens in the Asian or Southeast Asian market, or even Malaysian market specifically, is that we do not go into the retail customers, but we rather provide it as a solution with the real estate developers. All right, as the demography of the purchases or buyers of new properties, bulk of them are from the millennial group. Everything that is actually expected, supposed to be keyless, mobile, concierge level, everything has to be door delivered. So we have to infuse properties with digital ecosystems. So it is not only confined into systems that probably, for example, if I say that automating lights and curtains, I think those has been there for many years, but the solution has to be more holistic in the sense that it is linked to your concierge services, it linked to your on-demand services. The system in your home knows your habit, it understands your routine. So the home that basically behave without your intervention, and it does whatever that you feel that you would like to have. And the other segment that we have been actively expanding right now, it's into a smart hotel or smart hospitality. COVID-19 have definitely opened more doors. Even though the hospitality industry has been widely affected, the hotel owners and managements truly understand the necessity of automating every processes that is involved in the hospitality segment. For example, from the point of check-in services, contactless elevators, a mobile key for the rooms, ambience control, a concierge service from a digital app. Everything it's completely done with leveraging on IoT and AI. And this is where we come in by providing a very enterprise-grade services and solution for our customers. And we have very recently even collaborated with one of the largest Korean travel tech partner so that we can make the smart hotel solution more affordable, more seamless, and as well as open, so that we can work with more partners by providing these to the hotel owners. It basically cut across from 2-star up to 5-star hotels, so that what we are looking at, or what we envision, is that hospitality or hotel industry will be future proof. The buildings will be future proof for at least for the next pandemic, whereby that in terms of crises that happening right now globally, businesses like hotels can still continue to do their business. They can reduce their cost in terms of the manpower overhead, and they can expand with other services. And the other one is, of course, smart into the healthcare segment as well. The same solution has been also offered and provided in some of the large hospitals here in Malaysia, whereby that the entire devices, gateways, and app has been completely customized to serve the markets. Some of the prominent top 10 property developers that we have worked in Malaysia. Finally, I would like to wrap up this presentation by sharing that we have actually built a very powerful, agile dashboard by positioning IoT as a service in Malaysia, starting from the consumer market and moving upstream into the enterprise market. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Yes, we really see that the potential for cooperation is really high, and I would like to ask all the participants of this mission just to contact Mr. Tharma if you see that you have some solutions or have some ideas how you can collaborate. Please, you are welcome, because this is today's event. It's a business matching, and we are fostering cooperation and further cooperation between the countries of between the companies of two countries. So thank you very much for your presentation, and I would like to give the floor to Vasily Lukashov, Fixar company. Please, Vasily, welcome. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, we see you and we see video as a background.
Then I will share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see your screen.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Vasily Lukashov. I am CEO and founder of Fixar. Fixar is a developer and manufacturer of industrial needs drones. Actually, our flagship product is Fixar 007. It is a vertical takeoff and landing airplane, fully autonomous system, which is used in some industrial tasks. It is a series model. So the most important usage of our drones is aerial photography. Aerial photography is a technology itself, which can be used for different tasks. For example, it may be used for mapping, and via the post-processing, the 3D models of the region which was shot by the aerial photography can be reconstructed. So Here is an example of the aerial photography usage of Fixar drones in Murmansk region, Russia. Murmansk region is the northern region, and it is the region where geomagnetic anomalies occur in some places. And as you may know, many drones use magnetic fields for the orientation. Fixar doesn't use magnetic sensors for the orientation, so it is able to work in geomagnetic fields anomalies. More than 1,500 hectares were covered. It was the operating time of 8 hours with the payload of the aerial photo camera, and the linear resolution was 3 centimeters per pixel. Also, Fixar drones are used for bioprotection of agricultural crops. When we speak about biological protection, that means that no pesticides and other chemistry is used to protect, for example, corn. Actually, the biological treatment is needed just 1.5 grams per hectare. That means that this task cannot be done other ways than the usage of drones because of the economical efficiency. We've developed a special dispenser which lets do this task to spread a small amount of biological granular plants protection over the fields. This task is periodically done by our specialists and by the operating companies which use Fixar drones to do their tasks. Another case is the delivery case. As you may know, the problem exists of the last mile delivery, and the potential of the market is huge, but the technology it appears that all is done to do these tasks, all is ready. But when we speak about the last mile delivery in the cities, there are some problems which appear when the drones flying are integrated into the air where other airplanes, the civil airplanes, are flying. So at least in Russia, such cases of use the last mile delivery are needed in distant regions. So the distant region of Udmurtia region, Yershovka village, it is near Kama. To deliver newspapers, for example, to Yershovka village by the ordinary ways takes up to 3 days because no roads and the village is small. So if to deliver the newspapers by our drones, it takes just 2 minutes because we fly across the river straight ahead, and then we deliver newspapers and come back again. The most interesting case is the aerial photography solution for mountains. You see the picture. It is a picture of Elbrus mountain, which is the highest mountain in Europe. So we covered more than 8 square kilometers just in 2 hours of work. The photo you see is the photo which has been done at the height of 4,400 meters above the sea level. So we proved that Fixar is able to work at such heights, and the task, it was a commercial project, was the 3D mapping of the Elbrus mountain, where the construction lines are being held. Clarification of parcel boundaries. Aerial photography of a section of a settlement in order to clarify the boundaries to land plots, the cadastral works. When we speak about the industries, often these industries are the cadastral works and the topo plans, orthophoto plans, and so it is the surveying. And such works usually happen in the infrastructural objects. So we proved that Fixar is safe and is able to fly over the villages, the cities, and other infrastructural objects. It was just 6 hours of work in Leningrad region, and the linear resolution was 4 centimeters per pixel. When we speak about the industrial tasks, it means that railroads are one of them. Railroads are the linear objects, and the linear objects are not so easy to follow. You need to have the good autopiloting system. The good autopiloting system just to follow the exact way of roads. So it was the linear object, the railroad, the Leningrad region this autumn. 32 kilometers were done just in 6 hours. And then this information, the data we collected, is post-processed and analyzed to know the needs of the railroad company. Power lines, another example of linear objects. Collecting this data, the analysis lets to know what should be done with the power lines and when. Also, the systems of predictive analysis can be used. It's not an easy task. It's one of the most difficult tasks in aerial photography cases, because you have to obtain the linear object of the wires, and the wires must be seen in all the photos. So it was the work of 7 days. More than 200 kilometers were surveyed. And another linear object is the road construction supervision. In fact, the task for Pixar drones is almost the same as with the railroads. But when we speak about this task, it is the task to control the imported and late inert material embankments. The task of 1 square kilometer was done in 4 hours. Thank you for your attention, and get in touch with Pixar team.
Thank you very much, Vasily, for your presentation and for really unique structure of a drone, which can, fly longer distance and take off using the propellers. Thank you very much for your presentation. And so we have a question. Do you have any practice of using your drones for agriculture? I think you can answer this.
Yes, sure. One of the cases I discussed in my pitch was the case of biological protection of plants for the agricultural needs. And also, not just the aerial photo cameras used, the NDVI, the multispectral cameras are also used for the agricultural needs. The precision farming is one of the tasks for our drones.
Thank you very much for your answer, and I'm going to give a floor to Richard Kert, Iodine Company, which also deals with drone technology. So please, Richard.
All right, I just need to start the video. Okay. Hi, good morning and good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are. Thank you very much for to the Russian Trade, and of course AMDAC for inviting Aerodyne to do a short presentation of what we do. So firstly, let me just do a quick sharing of my screen. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen already.
Yes, we see everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So my name is Richard. I'm the Vice President of Partnership and Ecosystem Development at Aerodyne. So what I do is essentially working with potential companies from around the world in terms of exploring possibilities of leveraging on each other's strength, on building new business models, new opportunities, and creating value from each other. So just a bit of background, Aerodyne is what we call it a DT3 company, which stands for Drone Technology, Data Technology, and Digital Transformation. So what we're trying to resolve here is actually covering in multiple industries. As you can see on the screen, we look at critical infrastructure, precision agriculture, project management, and geospatial intelligence. So we are a leading global DD3 company operating since 2014. So if you look at critical infrastructure, in terms of technology, what we can do is traditionally when you use the normal method of inspecting power grids, for example, it's very manual, it's very time intensive. You need to travel very far and then use a manual digital camera and take snapshots of everything. But with, as you know, with drone technology, you can automate the process. You can just fly for miles, and you can even capture data of very tall power lines, which are not normally accessible to people. It's also, we also do inspection of telecommunication towers, wind turbines, solar panels, highways, ports, railways, and you name it. Anything about your critical infrastructure or even your buildings and things like that, we can do that. We also do a lot of precision agriculture project in terms of increasing crop and productivity and output using drones combined with artificial intelligence, IoT, and analytics. And the third thing that we also do is project management using drones, capturing data of construction projects before they start to construct the building right until it's fully completed. So we have been involved in many of the infrastructure projects around the world. In terms of monitoring the progress. So for example, you're an executive of a construction company, or if you're a bank that is financing the project, you're able to see the progress at whichever point in time, and you get the almost a real-time update because the data is constantly captured by the drones, and you can have a beautiful dashboard view right from your office. And of course, very traditional application of drone is, of course, geospatial data. You capture, areas where you need to do a lot of large-scale mapping, and of course, you can also do capture of 3D of mountains, of anything that is related to geographical related uh, elements. So just a brief snapshot. We are a Malaysian company based in Cyberjaya, which is just 20 minutes away from the capital, Kuala Lumpur. And as you can see, we have already presence in all these regions around the world. Russia, of course, being one of them. We already have an office in Moscow. And if you look at the numbers above, those are all the different critical stats that we have already done. For example, we have inspected more than 300,000 critical infrastructure, including power lines, telco towers, bridges, you name it, as I've already explained earlier. We have inspected more than 100,000 kilometers of power lines. And of course, in wind turbines as well, we have inspected more than 5,000 wind turbines around the world, mainly concentrated in Europe and China. We have also done an inspection of solar panels using drones. And we have operations in 35 countries. Actually, that needs to be corrected, 35 countries, and more than 400 people working at Aerodyne. In terms of global ranking, we are currently ranked number 2 in the world, just being announced by the Drone Industry Insight out of Germany. These are all the regional partners that we have already established. And of course, we have also recently engaged with Developmental Bank, which actually gave us access to a lot of the North African countries and Middle East as well. All right, so let me just briefly explain on the DT1. I mentioned briefly just now in terms of drone technology. As you can see, we use the drones to do a lot of data capturing from all these different either infrastructure, locations, even right into places like really hard to reach places like LPG plants or even underground mines. These are all possible cases that you can use drones to capture data. And of course, in terms of, for customer sites, it's an immediate value. It involves zero capex from the customers. And of course, it brings you immediate results from investment from using the drones. And of course, having the drone itself, it's just a small part of the business, because you need to be able to capture the data and of course store the data somewhere. So this is what differentiates Aerodyne from our competitors, because all the data that we collected, we built platforms behind that. So this is an example of the different data platforms that we have built. On the top left, it's an agriculture platform that we have built for the customers. On the top right, it's a geospatial intelligence used by the authorities, where they can monitor places like this was actually built during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia, whereby we overlay the data with the COVID-19 outbreak, and of course at the same time we work very closely with the police to monitor compliance of the movement control order or lockdown. And bottom left, it's a platform that we built for wind turbines. Similarly, once you capture the data from the wind turbines, those data that gets imported, the AI engine behind those platform is able to identify any defects with the wind turbines on the blades. So from the customer's perspectives, it gives them immediate results. They can provide immediate service to whichever wind turbines that needs immediate servicing or maintenance. So it really moving away from the traditional way where you need to build platforms around the wind turbines. You need to use ropes, you need to climb ropes, using the ropes to capture all those data. And similarly, bottom right, it's a platform that we built for utility companies. Those are actually examples of power lines where the data gets processed, and then the AI behind it is able to generate data and notify the customer that wherever there's a component defects that needs to be replaced or need to be taken into consideration for replacement. And as you can see, there's also a heat sensing cameras installed on the drones, so you can even detect, components which are defective or overheating. So those are the ways that you can be proactive in terms of doing maintenance, so instead of waiting for the devices or components to break down. And of course, finally, apologies, there's a problem with the audio. If you guys can still hear me. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
So I was just wrapping up. Actually, we do a digital transformation, but if you guys have any question, you can scan the QR code right in front of you. Hopefully, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. But I can see if you have any other inquiries, please feel free to reach out. We constantly look for partners locally and globally to see how we can bring value to each other. And thank you very much, and apologies for the audio issue.
Thank you very much, Richard, for your presentation. We are really impressed, and we in our trade representation office, we saw how much Aerodine company was involved in anti-COVID, situation with monitoring and with collaboration with police. So we respect this very much. We have a question from our chat. What exactly has been done with drones in agriculture from your company, and what digital platform was used to aggregate the information? Please, you are welcome to answer this.
Just a quick one. As you know, Malaysia is big in agriculture. Traditionally, Malaysia is an agriculture company before moving into manufacturing. So in the recent years, at least for the last 1 or 2 years, there has been a concentrated effort from the government to digitally transform the agriculture industry in Malaysia. So this is to address a couple of things like, can you guys still hear me? Agriculture is growing big in Malaysia, and of course, from the government side, we are trying to digitally transform the agriculture industry. So some of the things that we are doing is agriculture for spraying of paddy fields, and of course the oil palm, which is big in Malaysia, and of course some other things are like even durian plantation as well. And for all of this spraying work, we are aggregating the data, including the whatever mapping that we're doing, into a single platform that we have currently building. And of course, we want to make that platform available to all ecosystem partners, that everyone can be able to leverage on the data generated from the platform. And I'm happy to share that information later. If you can just contact me via email.
Okay, thank you very much again, and keep in touch. I think that we will find proper ways to cooperate, because a lot of competence from your company, from Russian companies, could add each other, and we see that the potential of collaboration is very high. So I would like to give a floor to Evgeny Yezhov from Promobot company. It's a company which produces special robots, which is unique rather. And please, you are welcome. Thank you.
So hello everyone, it's a great honor to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. So now I'll share my screen with the presentation. Here is the presentation. So Promobot company is a manufacturer of service robots, and this is my contact details. I hope Okay, this is my contact details. My name is Jane, the English equivalent of my name. My name is Jane. All you see here is my contact details. I'm the international sales manager at Promobot company, and today I'll tell you briefly about our products. We have only 5 to 7 minutes, so let's start. First of all, we are a 5 years old company. During this period, we delivered more than 500 robots to our customers and partners all over the world. We have 3 offices. Headquarters in Perm, Russia, and we have office in Hong Kong, and another office is in New York City. These are some of our achievements. We are the resident of Skolkovo, and recently Promobot received the investment from Far East Development Fund for $3 million US dollars. And these are our main products. The left one is Promobot version 4. The next one is robot with the human face, which is Robot-C. Autonomous mobile platform Scorpion, and thermal control station, the solution that allows to measure the temperature. It was developed before, right before all this pandemic situation. And now I'll tell you about each solution briefly. So this is the information how we did developed our solution. Our Promobot version 4, our Promobot version 4 is fully autonomous robot designed for business purposes. It is able to communicate with people on any topic, recognize the face, the age, the gender, answer questions, move around avoiding obstacles, move its arms, head, show various materials, and so on and so forth. Also, it could be integrated with third-party devices or software via API or SDK tools. And our robots operate as administrators, promoters, greeters, museum guides, consultants, and many others in various crowded places such as banks, shopping malls, business centers. And here are some cases. First of all, it's office clients consultant. Promobot can be connected to databases, websites, online services. It scans passport or other documents, automatically fills the forms of the documents, provide with electronics, queue tickets, and inform visitors, give information about the company, about the services, and so on and so forth. One more quite relevant these days case, it is the digital lab. So Promobot robot could be used as educational platform and training device. With Promobot, it is possible to teach and study robotics, programming, neural networks, and other disciplines. So it's quite relevant for technicians, for technical, how to say, for educate technicians. One more use case, it's Promobot for medical checkup. So it measures lung capacity, blood sugar, oxygen saturation level, and as well as another health measurements. It can operate in crowded places and provide quick tests that informs the users about their health status in a simple and non-invasive way, quite relevant now these days in our current pandemic situation. The next product is Promobot Robot-C. It is a humanoid robot that communicates with people as well, express the emotions, and the main feature is that it can look like any human on Earth. Recently, we implemented one in multifunctional governmental center. The main task is to reduce the time of any service and make it in the most efficient way. It scans the documents, it fills the form, sends all the information to the internal software, and of course it's fully autonomous as well. It can interact with people, answer all the questions, and something like this. Next one is Scorpion. Initially it was developed for patrolling in order to prevent injuries, catch and approve persons, and it can be integrated with access control system or with video surveillance system. But when all this coronavirus happened, I mean, all this pandemic situation, we modified it to the disinfectant purposes in order to optimize the process as well. So we added necessary equipment, and now it can move around and spread the disinfectant liquid in order to prevent the spreading of the coronavirus. And the last tool is thermal control station, that autonomous screening station for contactless body measurement, temperature measurement. The process of measurement is pretty easy. The person should stand on this platform, place the forehead next to the sensor, and basically that's it on the screen. The result of the measurement will be shown, and the responsible person will receive the notification if the temperature of the person is normal or is it higher than normal. So there would be, according to the regulation, the responsible person should do something. So basically, that's it. I was preparing for the quick presentation. As I mentioned, this is my contact details. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer, or you may find my contact details. I presume that Nikita or other persons can provide you with my contact details in order to start the collaboration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Evgenia, for your presentation. We know that the product is very, unique, and a variety of products are very unique, and this PromoBot and other robots. We have a question from our chat, and the question is whether you managed to predict the second wave of coronavirus in Russia based on information from your statistic, something like this. So. And what mathematical model did you use to make the forecast, if it was so?
So basically, we did not save any data of the measurements, because our solution was mainly developed for the critical infrastructure, and they have the closed system for the all the data saved on the station, on the server, so there is no any information. They do not, we are not allowed to get any statistic from them. So I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question, because unfortunately we don't have any statistics due to all these NDA facts.
Okay, thank you very much. That really matters, because we understand that if to use a robot, that all the data which it collected will be, it will be the owner's information, and nobody can source it and so on.
That's right. That is why we don't have any statistics.
Okay, thank you very much. So we are moving next for, see you and keep in touch. We are moving next to the program, and I'm very glad to give a floor to Sarah Cho, Time Tech and FingerTech company. Please, Sarah.
Hello, hello everyone. My name is Sarah. I'm representing Time Tech. Thank you for having us today. TimeTech actually, we are doing cloud solutions and IT solutions as well. We actually built 10 integrated cloud solutions to cater for smart office ecosystem and also smart residential, in order to aim to build a smart township to connect work life and home life together for better community. So basically, our business model actually is subscription-based, subscription business model. Actually cater for B2B, B2C, and B2G as well, right? So I give you some background of our company. We actually has been in biometric industry for past 20 years, okay? And we have worldwide installations, biometrics with our partners, okay, and our clients as well. Okay, so we have achieved 18 local and international awards. And we have 20 patents in Malaysia as well as in US as well. All right, and our presence, global presence is 150 countries so far. Okay, and this is our clientele in worldwide. So 8 years ago, actually, we started looking into these cloud solutions. We think that cloud computing actually is the next big trend, and thus actually we have spent a lot of time and R&D effort to build the whole ecosystem, which call it TownTech Cloud City. So basically, we have three parts. On the left side, you can see we have this smart office. So in smart office, we actually cater for workforce management. We actually manage staff that, from hiring, for the time attendance, for the leave application, and also the staff profile as well. So, and for the people flow, the second one, we actually have parking solutions, and we have visitor management solutions. We do have access control, everything in cloud. So the last one for smart office, we have smart security, which actually cater for surveillance system, alarm system, and guard patrolling system as well. So on the right side, you can see our smart residential. So we have software solutions for housing developer whenever they hand over the keys to the buyers. So for the 3 months or 1 year or 6 months, it depends on country situation. So for the vacant possession, so that we do have for the developer to communicate with the buyers. Okay. So, and thereafter we have this smart community, basically is to cater for the residential, whether it is a condo or landed property. So that is a community that we actually have this so-called iNeighbor super apps for them to communicate with each other, for the residents to pay bill, for the visitors, okay, to come into the area, and for management to manage the residents with all the dealing as well. So we do have guard patrolling system, and we do have merchant for the merchants to list their products into these iNeighbor applications to target the community. Okay, and besides that, we do have smart home products as well, which is catered for security and automation. Okay, so beside that, we have smart industry. Actually, we do have some robotics and as well as our drone services as well. But this is more on a project basis. We call it outdoor solutions. Okay, so I give you a scenario of our applications, our solutions, especially for the smart office. Okay, so let's say we have these employees. Every company have employees. And currently we have our data managed by our human resource department. Maybe the staff profile is very scattered, but by using our TimeTech Cloud server, so we are actually able to put everything, all our employee profiles inside this server, and we can manage them from their onboard, from the recruitment process when they're on board, and their time attendance, and then they apply the leave. Okay, so, and we have people flow as well for the IoT access control. So we do have a face recognition biometrics to check the body temperature, to contactless and mask check as well, and to record attendance. Okay, so, and we do have time tech access, which is to record their access record, the group and the time and temporary pass. So besides that, we do have this visitor management for them to pre-register, okay, and to customize form and data contact. So with all this stored inside a cloud-based cloud solutions, okay, cloud server, so we'll be able to achieve centralization, and we can do some data analytics, and we have some big data, and thus the management able to have better decision making and improve productivity. So basically, these are our cloud solutions clientele so far. Okay, both in Malaysia and also overseas. Okay, and this is some of the interface of our cloud solutions. And these are some of our IoT devices for our smart township. So we do have a robotic as well, and some other devices. Okay, this is some of our smart home products. Okay, and I will show you this video, which actually our up and coming collaboration with Kone. Kone actually is the third largest manufacturer elevator in whole worldwide. Okay, so they actually bundle our solutions, our smart ecosystem solution, into their elevator. Okay, so I will show you this video, then you have a better understanding.
Time Tech and Kone. Together, we build a new people flow experience. Digital transformation is all about breaking the industry barriers by liberating the data, connecting different activities, adding new values for people, and eventually achieving a much anticipated digital lifestyle. Inspired by Kone's People Flow concept, TimeTech Float City Ecosystems People Flow starts from parking, to lobby, to multiple floors, to spaces and halls. Access to all control points like boom gates, turnstile, elevators, and doors. Be it a commercial mall, a residential apartment, an office tower, a school, a hotel, a hospital, a government building, and people from all walks of life, employees, visitors, shoppers, residents, and customers. TimeTech and Kone are jointly providing them with the experience of moving in and out smoothly, safely, comfortably, minus the waiting time to their final destination. We have seamlessly enhanced the people flow experience for visitors at Kone Training Academy, Malaysia, by integrating Kone DX class elevators with TimeTech VMS system. The customer eliminates visitor walk-in registration to avoid the long queuing time, to reduce unauthorized access, and to automate elevator access to the designated floor for registered visitors. Only a specific floor will be prompted via Kone elevator system upon check-in completion. Physical credentials such as access cards, front desk security are no longer required. They are replaced by smartphone, QR codes, or face recognition as a better credential. A quicker and safer approach to automate visitor access with this joint cloud and IoT solution. The collaboration with Kone for our extensive and comprehensive cloud solutions, from TimeTech Parking for car parking management, to TimeTech VMS for visitor management, TimeTech Access for employee access control, TimeTech iNeighbor for smart residential community system. We are building better and smarter communities that connect people's home life and work life.
Right, that's all for the video, and okay, so that's all from me. So you have any questions?
Thank you very much for your presentation and for the video. I was really impressed with the solutions and high technology equipment which can be provided by your company. I suppose that today or tomorrow, actually, during our conference, there would be some companies which are really, which could be really very interested in these solutions. And thank you very much again for presentation. And please, colleagues, if you have some questions, please ask these questions. If not, then we are still welcoming all the communication, and I hope that we will have some feedbacks from our colleagues and from companies after the conference. And now I would like to give a floor to Vsevolod Sadilov, Jan's company. So Vsevolod, please, you are welcome.
Thank you very much for this amazing opportunity to be here today and to present some slides for the colleagues. So good morning and evening, dear colleagues. Thank you very much. Speaking of smart city, we definitely shouldn't forget about airports and aviation. We all expect this part of everyday life to be reliable, consistent, but sometimes efficiency drops due to different issues, which our company successfully mitigates. There is no way to move forward but to use best digital solutions and cutting edge practices and technologies. Our company includes 11 professors and 18 doctors of science, which make R&D process intense and fruitful. Our motto is not to follow standards to be the best, but develop standards with the best. That is why we are taking part in so many standardization organizations. We believe that South Pacific Asian region is the fastest growing and has become the most important market and R&D platform for the whole world. That is why we have established an office in the region and are fulfilling different projects there, including the recently fulfilled project in Changi Airport, Singapore. We have various clusters of development. For example, airport surveillance, basically everything that helps air traffic controller to work safely and efficiently. Meteorological systems, it is the cluster that can be applied not only in aviation, but at the same time in our everyday life or in ecology control, etc. Security is a vital thing because nobody wants any unauthorized people or UAVs in the perimeter. And the recent trend, UAV is heavily supported by the company on different levels, and I will try to speak shortly, but at the same time, I hope that there would be some questions, and feel free to contact us. So let's start with the digital tower solution. We are talking about air traffic controller, about the safety, but recently there are obstacles and buildings and stuff closing the out of the window view for the ATCO. What to do? To give him an artificial view to the airport, to help him operate in different conditions like bad weather, snowfalls, etc. Well, other issue that can be solved by digitalizing the system is the huge cost for the operation. If you combine number of centers, ATC centers in one place for a couple of ATC controllers working there, it greatly enhances the efficiency, especially for small and middle airports, which are still important for the operation in the region. One of the examples of such approach is on your screen. It is the special helipad, which is seen from distant and controlled from a distant place with all the necessary information, including the MET information and connection. Skipping to the meteorological solutions, I would like to highlight the solutions based on the wind lidar, on the pulse Doppler lidar. So two main hazards on the any airfield is the wind shear and heavy winds, which can be predicted by the system, and pilot will be more cautious landing. At the same time, the ATCO will have this information. The solution which have been presented in Singapore, for example, is also connected with the system, but on the other level, on the level of the wind shear, which is crucial for the capacity of any airport. And at the same time, it is vital for the safety, because there have been lots of situations when small airplanes get into the wake vortex of the front plane and have huge issues with the safety of landing and flying at the same time. Knowing is safety. The next MET solution is a small meteorological radar. It is great because usually you have to install it within the capital construction. Usually their meteorological radars are big, heavy, and very hard on emission. This one is easy to install, easy to use. It basically doesn't have the hazardous zone, and it can be installed basically on the top of the car. Combining different solutions from the meteorological portfolio of our company, we have created a network within one of the Russian regions based on the stationary and mobile meteorological stations, which include different sensors, which can provide vital meteorological information, not only to some specific organizations or departments of government, but also via apps or web browsers to common people. So you every day know what is going on. Is there a fog? Is there some mist or hail, whatever. One more nice thing is the temperature profiler, which is quite important in the Asia-Pacific region because it allows to predict the mist, when it comes and when it goes away. I was speaking about it earlier, but everything that is produced for aviation can be, with slight changes or even without them, be integrated into our everyday life. For example, our combination of sensors and software allows to control the emission, the volume of the emission and the distribution of it in the air. Skipping to the protection, we are working together with the best companies on providing the solutions to protect any area or building from the unauthorized UAV action. There are lots of implementation cases in the experience, so it is really operating and is doing its job well. Well, another quite nice thing is to have everything on the same screen. So we have provided this 3D control system for any type of equipment, but we are basing it on the airport for this presentation precisely. To cut a long story short, the last but not least is the UAV. And we are recently creating the first in Russian Federation special test site for drones, and also working on the integrating drones into the air traffic management, which is called UTM. Thank you very much for your attention. Also, I would like to give a floor to my colleague from our Asia Pacific office, Alex Khanna, please.
Hello. For some reason, I cannot start my video, but I hope you can hear me. And I'm just here to tell that we have working with IANS for some time already, and we are ready to answer your questions and have face-to-face meetings in Singapore or in Malaysia once the border controls will be relaxed. But we are based in Singapore, and we are able to answer your questions in Singapore time zone and in face-to-face personal meetings as well.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you.
That's it from my side. Thank you.
The IANS companies, they realize projects from zero to the project actually, and they have very unique competence and, for example, anti-drones technologies. Not many countries in the world have this kind of technology, but the company which was before, they have them, so please pay attention for them. And I would like to give a floor to Jonathan Fong, Entry Pass company. Please, you are welcome. We see you and we hear you well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I'm representing Entry Pass Corporation in Malaysia. Entry Pass is a physical access security manufacturer, a company that has been creating disruptive technologies that push safety and security to industry forward. And it is established in the year 2002 and awarded with the esteemed multimedia super corridor status since in the year 2003. We are part of the group of companies under Security Hub, expanded to 4 organizations in 3 different countries in Southeast Asia, and we have distributed hardware over 25 countries worldwide. And last but not least, Entry Pass was awarded as one of the top 10 multi-factor authentication solution providers in Asia Pacific region by Enterprise Security Magazine in the year 2019. Why Entry Pass? So because the world becomes increasingly mobile, interconnected, and interdependent. So IP security solution actually helps customers to make the right decisions and act in a challenging environments. We use seamless, smarter, and immediate response operation processes and automations, which we offer unique value through our end-to-end features from access control, surveillance, AI facial recognition, AI video analytics, and IoT devices in a smart, streamlined platform. We have successful stories deployed in industry segments such as bankings, governments, medical centers, education institutions, residential, manufacturing, corporate buildings, and much more. Entry Pass work with global technology partners from readers like HID, NADAP, to biometric readers from Suprema, and Chemvi AI facial recognition engine from the US. We also have successful integration with a CCTV system from the likes of Hanwha Techwin, formerly known as Samsung, and DG4 video management system, and so on. We also have successful integration with top brands, elevator manufacturers globally. And we at Entry Pass opens to many more upcoming integration with global technologies that is available in the world. We, Entry Pass, not just a physical access security manufacturer, but we also provide solutions, hardwares from controllers to readers, software solutions like event and situation awareness platform known as Smart Canopy, backend for access control, which is called Platform 1, to on-premise and cloud visitor management system, contact tracing application known as My Entry Pass 360, and our latest product and solution, Entry Pass video management platform. The key advantage of Entry Pass is that we offers end-to-end solution from events and situation awareness platform from smart building access to visitor management, time attendance, video management, and AI-based facial recognition system. So how EntryPass can help you? Just tell us your problems, your needs, and your requirements in security. We will listen and we provide you solutions because our objective is to make the entire security process smarter. So before I adjourn, let me share with you our latest video for your viewing.
The world has changed. We're no longer safe. What was once part of our lives is now the very thing that...
Sorry, my apologies. By accident. Please.
The world has changed. We're no longer safe. What was once part of our lives is now the very thing that threatens it. Can we survive? Will we adapt? Will we ever truly be safe again? We can and we will with EntryPass, cloud-based visitor management system. AI analytics surveillance, social distancing alert system. AI facial recognition with temperature, screening, and mask detection. Wearables, mobile credential access, destination control system, contactless lift button solution. We're living in the new normal, and that calls for new safety measures. The new normal is contactless. EntryPass, total control in your hand.
So that's the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. And have a pleasant day and stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I suppose that well, there are companies here in our list that can contact you afterwards because the competence of the company is very interesting for them. So thank you very much for your presentation, and let's keep in touch. And I will give a floor to our next speaker, Mr. Nikolai Bushuy from ISS company. So you're welcome.
Hi, everyone. So thanks for the opportunity to present Intelligent Security Solutions Company here, ISS. We're actually doing pretty the same. We are working on video analytics and video management platform market for more than 25 years actually right now. And we are ranked globally #2 for our video analytics solution, and we are in top 5 for video management platform actually right now. We are a Russian-based company, but we work worldwide, and we have presence in more than 25 countries, physically presence right now. So probably the nearest to Malaysia is Vietnam and Singapore, of course, where we have physical presence. And who knows, maybe later when this pandemic will end, we will open a branch in KL also. So our main market is a part of smart city, so-called safe city. That's actually our key market, what we're doing, but we're also working in other verticals, especially in sort of transportation verticals like airports, like seaports, like cargo terminals, and industrial facilities. So when talking about our main market is safe city, we are the few of the companies who has experience of implementing not only safe city project, but also safe region projects. We have ability to implement like 15 cities combined to one monitoring center with the usual city surveillance, with situational video analytics, classical face recognition for catching suspects and whatever. And of course, traffic violation detection. That's also a very important point. We are doing this in many countries actually right now. And we are using our own equipment for this, not only software, but also hardware. We designed special cameras. And here's an example of number of countries that support with our license plate recognition module right now. So pretty covering all the world. And we have even POCs running in Malaysia right now. So we have ability to recognize local car plate numbers without any problems. That's example of our cameras that are widely used, starting from north of Russia through Dubai deserts, and the nearest point of installation is Karlantas traffic police in Jakarta. So these cameras show the efficiency that they working in all weather conditions, no matter it's snowing or raining or just very high temperature in desert. And we're detecting all sorts of traffic violations. So during our POC stage and KLC, we showing this to our customers that consulted with us, but we're still open for the opportunity to run these solutions in KL and Malaysia. So if you have ability, contact me about this. We're doing also special things for vehicle surveillance system for scanning car buttons. That's unique solution in comparison to our competitors in China, because we provide very high quality picture of the car buttons and the ability to automatically compare the reference image with the existing image. So you're able to track all prohibited devices that might be plugged into your car, for example, explosives or spy bugs or whatever. Actually, we are running several projects with our UVSS systems in nearby countries, but not in Malaysia yet. So we're open for opportunity to use the system also in Malaysia. And we're doing also some sort of business intelligence for law enforcement and for city authorities based on all city cameras that might exist in the city or in the country. It's very widely used right now, not only in Russia, but in more than 25 countries all over the globe. Classical people behavior and tracking kit, of course, is widely used in our solutions. So we are able to do actually whatever the customer need to track the peoples in the city, to track the peoples in the streets, and to use ability to detect abnormal behavior of the people. The pandemic opened a new market for us. Right now, we're in huge stage of research and development for solutions to prevent COVID. And just roughly show you one example of a new product that already launched to commercial operations. It's a face recognition based engine, but it's plugged into the turnstiles. If I'm not mistaken, this video was made from one business centers in greater New York area in Manhattan area. As you might see, our system can catch up the face, detect the face, recognize and open a turnstile in less than a half second without any sensitive screens or sensitive visible cameras. So it's just very quickly, very robust and with high efficiency working. So that's the new cases to be implemented already in commercial base. The roughly example of our latest projects, safe city projects worldwide, not only worldwide, but definitely in Russia. And recently we implemented, it's actually in the process, the biggest project in safe city outside of China in the world this year is Mexico City. We're doing this together with Hanhua, mentioned by the person before me, ex-Samsung. And we were consulting KLC authorities for Bukit Bintang quarter project to make it safe and more reliable, because it's not a secret, all tourist attractive places are also attractive for thieves and for pickpocketing. So we consulted the area how to set up cameras properly, what sort of video analytics should be implemented to catch all possible suspects and thieves. So we have small experience working on KLC and in Malaysia, and hope with the help we will spread our activity. So if you have any interest, don't hesitate to contact me. QR code is open, and email definitely. So that's basically all. Thanks for your attention and ready for your questions.
Thank you very much, Nikolai. Very impressive presentation. It is very focused on what Malaysia have and Bukit Bintang place also. So we see that the company is very interested in cooperation here in Malaysia with Malaysian company. So thank you very much again, and I would like to give a floor to a next speaker, Mr. James Thus, Jacko Digital and in the Room company. Please, you are welcome.
It all starts back about 7 years ago. I set up a company called Economical, which was the world's first electric motorcycle with removable batteries. It was totally electric and it used removable batteries. I started it in the UK. We got in quite a lot of press for this, and I took an early exit and moved to Indonesia. And just after that exit, or 5 years later, it's now become the biggest electric motorbike company in the world. And they've just exited in their Series 3 for $500 million. So it's called Gogoro. I called it Economical, and it was the Yogo motorbike, and they rebranded it to the Gogoro Gogo, and they exited 3 years ago in their Series C for 480 million. So having done that, compelled me to set up my next company. And that was a 360 virtual reality company in Bali in Indonesia. And what we do is we create 360 virtual tours for hotels. We don't reinvent the technology itself, but rather we look at novel ways that you can apply this technology and you can distribute it. So we become this kind of digital publishing house for VR, where we publish it to the hotel website, we publish it to their offline channels so they can use it in sales presentations, and we publish it to social media. So let me just give you a quick example of what a 360 virtual tour looks like. So this is Raffles. So this is in the Maldives. This is where we do an aerial from the sky. And we were the first company in Southeast Asia, actually in Asia, to start doing underwater 360. So we map every single unique selling point of the hotel, especially in somewhere like the Maldives, where they've got aerials in rooms and underwater. So that was really pioneering in the sense that we became the first company in Asia to do this underwater virtual mapping. We worked alongside Scuba Spa, which is a floating resort in the Maldives, and the National Geographic, and we traveled around all of the atolls and the islands, and we created this comprehensive underwater 360 map, along with an aerial map of all of the atolls and all of the rooms in all of the hotels. So just to give you an example, there's 127 hotels in the Maldives. We have actively mapped 104 of them. So we've got an 85% market penetration in a country whose hotels commands the highest room rates in the world. And this is what we were doing in 2018. In late 2018, we partnered with the MMPRC, which is the Tourism Board of the Maldives, and they used this content to go to trade shows and to show with virtual reality glasses virtual walkthroughs of an entire country. So I think a lot of people have seen this at trade shows already. We've seen Dubai in 360, we've seen Maldives in 360. It's my company that was behind that. We created the content, and this is what Matthew's pulling up now, is the memorandum of understanding for working with the government for the Maldives. By the end of 2018, we had a huge capture of the market in the Maldives. We started using this template of partnership to go and penetrate other countries in the Indian Ocean. So we then partnered with the biggest wholesaler in the Indian Ocean, and we created 360 content for them to put on their B2B channels to sell rooms to their tour operators. So while we were doing this, we figured that, this is driving or engaging traffic. It's immersive content that engages traffic on hotel channels and wholesaler channels, simply because it keeps people on their websites for longer, and it reduces bounce rates, and it increases engagement. What it doesn't do is it doesn't convert. That's up to the hotel's booking engine and their payment gateway. It won't retain. That's up to the hotel's loyalty scheme, and it won't create traffic. So the traffic is created through their search SEO or their social media channels. So we started to figure a way of actually creating an all-encompassing system that almost did all of the other four. So we had this ecosystem. So we came up with the idea to create an online travel agent using this technology. And about 2 months ago, we launched iGoRoom. Now, iGoRoom is the world's first online travel agent that exclusively uses VR. In a sense, it actually uses the virtual reality tools that we've already created for the hotels in countries that command the highest room rates in the world, like the Maldives, where for the last 5 years, I've set up offices and we've worked with governments and we created a revenue-driven business model that really targets the most luxurious hotels. In the space of 5 years, we've become preferred suppliers to Marriott Regional out of APAC, to Wyndham Global, to Hyatt Global in Chicago, and to Kempinski Hotels out of Germany. And in doing so, that's allowed us to broaden our scope and our attack, our net. We've cast our net a lot further over 4 different regions. So I have an office in Kuala Lumpur, we have an office in Bali, we've just opened up one in the UK in London, and we work alongside the wholesaler in their office in the Maldives. So about 2 months ago, actually, sorry, 2 years ago, what we started doing was we changed our contracts with the hotels to say that we owned the content, we own the distribution on the content, and we own the copyright behind the images, and that was protected. And we defined what the channels were that we allowed them to publish this content to, and that was only on their website and their social media channels. So in essence, what we've created is this online travel agent that exclusively uses VR. We've peddled it as the world's first online travel agent using VR. In terms of in Malaysia or in Asia where we're active, we are the biggest company for this technology. So when I say biggest company, not in terms of manpower, but in terms of the number of clients that we work with, we've actively got about 700 clients in Malaysia, Indonesia, Maldives, Thailand, and the UK. And again, we work with the biggest hotels in APAC. So we've kind of got this barrier to entry. Our defensibility proposition is that if any other OTA wanted to roll out and do something similar to this, they would have to contact all of these hotels, and the hotels as a cost of sale would have to allow production companies to come in to produce VR content for their hotels, whereas we've been doing that for the last 5 years. So we see ourselves as with an active 3 to 5 year head start on anyone else who wanted to go into virtual reality as a modus operandi for an online travel agent. Now, on the front end, it's user-centric because it focuses on the virtual tools that we create. It looks better, it looks more slick, and it looks sleeker than what the current homogenized model of Booking.com, Agoda, and Traveloka offer, definitely in Asia. So what we're trying to do is we're a challenger brand that's coming up. We want to be the next unicorn in online travel booking. And therefore, we're not trying to compete with the aggregators, so the people like the Booking.coms or the Agodas. We're coming in and we're competing with Luxury Escapes. So Luxury Escapes is the #1 online travel agent for the luxury segment of the market. That's an $8 billion a year industry. And what they do is they negotiate net rates with the hotels. They bundle those on a 3, 5, 7 night period. That's then put into a flash sale offer carousel that comes in for 4 weeks every 2 months. And they end up undercutting the cheapest available rate set by that hotel because they don't sell the lead in, and it's not a race for the cheapest room and the cheapest price. So they murk the what is called price parity, which is the cheapest price available online. So you end up getting more for less if you book through someone like a Luxury Escape. So in terms of the model that we're looking to replicate, it's the Luxury Escapes model, but with a much better user-centric front end using our virtual reality tools that we've done with Gecko Digital. Now, the back office is run with AI. In 2020, 2 months ago, I partnered with Superseed. Superseed is the biggest AI platform in Malaysia and soon to be Southeast Asia. And what we're looking at doing is going into conventionally complex markets. So markets like China, where you have language complexities, cultural barriers, anything that is putting up walls between a generally natively English-speaking application and a Chinese accepting audience. And what we're doing is we're really looking to thrash through those barriers with the AI back office. So this is really phenomenal stuff. It's omni-channel marketing. It's got conversational AI, and working with a local partner in Shanghai in China, we're looking at working alongside a marketing agency to create a demographic, to target a demographic, and to create a marketing funnel that we then go and convert with the AI back office. And that would be outbound calls. It would be augmented and automated human calling, human and robot calling. And it would allow us, with a voice conversational AI chatbot that speaks 50 languages and tonal variations of those languages, to convert a huge pool of lead generation that we create with the marketing agency in China. And I think when you talk about the kind of market that you get in places like the Maldives, and what our competitors like Luxury Escapes are not doing, is they're not going into complex markets because they're not tech savvy. They don't have the back end, and they definitely don't have the VR front end that we're offering. So about 3 months ago, we developed the app under NDA at the moment with our current investors. It's and pledges we've taken. It's difficult to show this, but we have created the architecture of the system. And that architecture of the system is a development in React Native code that we're creating for iOS and Google Play. And we're now looking to do a dual launch in China with operating systems that are more optimized for Chinese audiences, along with SEO for Baidu and WeChat advertising. So to date, we're looking at launching this on an ECF platform in Malaysia in 2 weeks. In 1 month, we're going to have the platform finalized and bug testing starting around the beginning of December, with a full launch around January the 1st, giving us a 2 to 2.5 month runway to secure financing. At the moment, we have an executive team that comes from Matthew, who's my partner, who's doing the slideshow at the moment. He was the ex-CEO of Superseed. He's also come on board as our first investor. We have the CEO of Crow Limited in Malaysia, who's doing our financials and has also come on board as our second investor. And we're taking early pledges pre-ECF, which is equity crowdfunding, similar to a Crowdcube model online. We're taking pre-pledges at the moment, with bonus shares allocated to anyone who wants to come on board before we go into the public domain on ECF with this. So that's the business model in its entirety. This takes us from, I guess, the virtual tools that we create with Gecko Digital up until iGo Room and its anticipated launch. At the moment, when we speak to hotels, we have partnered with some of the biggest groups in Malaysia. We've just partnered with Marriott. And the way that we roll this out is we approach the hotels. The commercial side, or the agreements that we have with the hotels at the moment, is instead of charging them money for the 360 VR content, we go and create this VR 360 content FOC. Definitely at the moment, a lot of hotels have an abundance of rooms. So in exchange for money, we take the rooms instead. We sell those rooms through the online travel agent, and we recoup the cost of that content after we sold the rooms through the online travel agent, which increases our conversions with the hotels, reduces their risk, and ups our premium ask because we carry more risk. So in other words, what we do is we create virtual tours to the hotels free of charge up front, deduct the costs of the content for those tours from the sale of the rooms. What we tell the hotels, if we don't sell these rooms, they get to keep this content FOC on their own channels. If we do sell the rooms, the best case scenario is that we become a value-added sales partner with them. What we're doing at the moment is we're accruing a vast amount of rooms. We're becoming almost like a bed bank very quickly, and we're accruing those rooms at cost. So these rooms are at cost from the content, and it's allowing us to create an inventory of rooms in the background as we go into our ECF launch. So I think that's covered everything in the allotted time. I look forward to your questions, and hope that suffices to explain where we've come from, what we're doing now, and where we're going.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. Really, we are, very impressed of the business model of the product. As to us, for sure, we will add, this website to favorites, and we will monitor. I see that, the potential for collaboration is very high, because one of the, area for cooperation between Malaysia and Russia is tourism. And in Russia, we have a lot of distance regions and distance, places which could be, this kind of 3D modeled, and to bring interested party to see what's happening there. So I see and I predict that potential is collaboration could be realized. So thank you very much for your presentation. We will be back to you, because now I got just some messages from our colleagues that they want to cooperate with you. So we will be back with this. And because of time leakage, I would like to give a floor Dmitry Morozov from 3D company.
Thank you very much.
This presentation, and James, thank you very much again, and keep in touch.
Hello to everyone. My name is Dmitry. Hope you see screen sharing. Our company develops AI platform for human tracking and recognition. Company is based in Russia. Currently, we have sales office in Silicon Valley, and have several partners in Malaysia. Our current clients are Intel, Orbic, LG, Russian telecom operator. We specialize in AI algorithm development. And our focus is on companies that are system integrators and developers of end client applications. We providing solutions to them. And challenges of AI that our company is solving is basically prohibitive cost of cloud processing for AI applications. So our company is focused on processing everything on local devices, so-called edge processing. It saves money to clients, and it better for privacy, because you're not uploading any data to cloud. So our product is 3D Cognitive, which is human-centric AI platform. As I said, it's targeting at B2B software vendors and system integrators in areas of biometrics, KYC, IoT, drones, medical rehabilitation, smart home, smart city, and robotics. As a reference, Apple last year purchased a similar company for $200 million, Xnor.ai. Let me show a video what our product looks like. Basically, it tracks full body, it detects face, it detects face emotions, and detects objects like bottle, and it detects activity like drinking or lost item. In more detail about underlying technologies, first of our technologies in this platform is skeletal tracking API that you can refer to similar product from Microsoft Kinect. And our company is one of the most popular Microsoft Kinect globally. And we have license agreements with Intel. You can find this product on Intel website and Orbic website. You can also find our product. Orbic is biggest 3D camera manufacturer in Asia. Face SDK. Second, our product, which is quite popular, we are mentioned in NIST face recognition vendor test. We support all recent trends like mask detection, liveness, passive, active liveness. The third product is object tracking, such as document detector, spoofing detectors. We also provide custom development services to clients that need custom solutions on top of skeletal or face tracking. Use cases, it's really future of everything. Smart video surveillance. So you need KYC to onboard to get financial services. You need contactless access control. You need human activity detectors for compliance purpose or for smart city surveillance. And you need robots that recognize people. What on our roadmap is launching this platform officially. Currently, we supply different components, but next year it will be one platform that's easy to customers to try. It will have free plans with unlimited duration, and it will have white label option. So actually any client can become our partner and sell AI face and body tracking solution under his own brand. It will be competitively priced, and as I mentioned, we'll have always free plan. Our competitors, we have competitors like Microsoft, Cubimos, Snort, acquired by Apple. On face recognition, we compete with Entech, Vision Labs, Tavian. And in conclusion, I would like to show one more R&D area that we're working right now, and it relates to offering world's most accurate face recognition solution, because as mentioned by NIST in April, despite significant progress in the quality of face recognition algorithms, the face recognition error is significant even for most reliable algorithms. So NIST planning to solve this problem by creating standard. We believe that this problem can be solved by an alternative approach. So we're working on combined algorithm for face and iris recognition using standard smartphones and not using specialized hardware. We believe this approach will improve accuracy of face recognition and leverage solve problem with accuracy and make sure that face pay terminals or access control will have error-free operation on databases with 10 or 100 million faces in database. So that's our breakthrough innovation in pipeline. I invite to become our partners to get white label instances of our platform and to sell modern AI solutions regarding human and face recognition, regarding human activity recognition into your products. Thank you very much. My contact details on last slide, and I ready to answer questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Dmitry. We are following your information about your company on Facebook, and we know that there are a lot of successful cases of implementation of the technology. So we wish you, a breakthrough and further development, and we hope that we can find proper partners also in Malaysia market, and vice versa within the companies from Malaysia to explore more opportunities for collaboration. So thank you very much. Today you were the final speaker in our session. So I would like to thank everyone who were participating in our event, and I still would like to invite everyone to communicate afterwards. To our organizers will send a video of this event to those who were registered, and I suppose after a while and after when this video will be again seen by the participants, it would be possible again to organize some feedback session or something like this, just to facilitate the cooperational ties. So this was the final day of our second day of our virtual conference, and thanks everyone for participation. And we would like also to invite you to the third day of our conference, which will be tomorrow. So there would be again about 10 companies from both sides for our business matching from the fields of cybersecurity. So please, everyone, welcome to participate. And again, I would like to thank Malaysian Digital Economic Corporation and Tech Global Corporation for organizing this event. Thank you very much, everybody.